What's up, Super Players? It's your homie C-Rod, and in today's video, I'm pretty much going to be talking about the leaders you could potentially see at your local tournament or at a big tournament. And the reason I'm making this video is because I did go to my local tournament, this weekend, and I was surprised on my matchups. I took a deck that I thought was gonna win, and then I played a bunch of other decks and I got obliterated. So this is just a public service announcement telling you guys the top 10 leaders you're most likely gonna see, especially with the fact that Assault of the Saiyans came into the game, and they have changed the meta. I feel like the meta right now is so diverse. So let's get straight into it. Number 10, the leader you might see, it's gonna have to be Son Gohan. That new Gohan that bursts 2 and then you pick up a life, your opponent picks up a life. I know a lot of people like playing that leader, especially because he deals damage just by activating an ability. And I know there's a lot of people adding a variety of different cards in there, like Super Saiyan 4 and Triple Flash, and the Gohan engine that came in Assault of the Saiyans. So there's gonna be somebody in the tournament playing that leader, and that leader will catch you by surprise, man. I'm not gonna lie, that leader is pretty darn good. So number 9, the leader that completely swapped the deck on me when I went to my local tournament, shout out to Martin, he wrecked me. It's that new Broly, the reoccurring nightmare, the one that has critical in its base form, on Awakened side. That leader is just all control. It's all tempo control. Like pretty much you bring out the super rare Broly by taking life, and then eventually every time you activate a counter, you're gonna lose another life. And then you have that Denial of Hope extra card that keeps control of your opponent's field. And that deck is just honestly very, very powerful. A lot of people are playing with it, and it's actually wrecking a lot of people. It actually makes top numbers at least locals. I don't know if at a big tournament, but at locals it really does wreck. Another one is gonna have to be Golden Frieza. I know a lot of people for some reason like playing Golden Frieza now, and it's Golden Frieza, the Majestic Emperor, the one that you search out extra cards and runs a lot of extra cards in that deck. That deck for some reason is getting more popular, and for good reason too. Assault of the Saiyans came with a lot of counter cards, and since Minus Killy Zone got banned, that justifies for people playing the Majestic Emperor now. And there's a lot of good red cards now that are heavy battle cards, like that Kaioken Goku, and you could play Babidi and pick up the Kaioken and then pick up a life and see your opponent's hand, and things of that nature. So Frieza's coming back for sure. So my number 7 spot that you might more likely see is gonna have to be Son Goku and Vegeta, where they evolve into Vegito, the Energy Eruption Vegito. That deck is getting very popular. I think it's because Vegito's always just been a very popular leader, and for some reason Vegito has never really been that good. But that deck is coming up, man, and that deck could lock your energy out by playing the Fuse Vegito card, and then playing the Trunks that's a double strike, and just locking your energy. That could really hurt you. So just expect that guy to come out. So when you're building a deck, just think about what if I come around a Vegito deck player that locks my energy out. So I'm just telling you guys what leaders you will potentially see based on my experience. Another one that I saw a lot was Janemba. Obviously everybody likes playing Janemba. He's a very self-piloting deck. You just attack and make your opponent run out of cards for them to draw, and just defend and super combo and defend and negate. That's Janemba. It's a very safe way to play a tournament, but Janemba isn't ideal anymore because there's such a variety of people playing different decks that Janemba might come across a deck that really hurts them. So Janemba for sure is one that you're gonna see. And then number 5, if I'm not mistaken, I'm on number 5, Towa. Towa for sure is a freaking leader you're gonna see. There's people, I put him in number 5 because not everybody could afford the ideal Toa deck. You know, you need to have at least 3 of those Vegetas that cost like 30 to 40 bucks or maybe more, and not everybody has the money to drop on that card. So because of that, I put it in number 5. Toa, for sure, there's gonna be that guy with the money or the one that got lucky and pulled those Vegetas at all his preliminaries, and that's playing the Toa leader, and that Toa leader just destroys the hand and controls the whole field and with his overround powers and draws like crazy. So that is the Toa deck, number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna give it to Zamasu. Zamasu, I think I should have put this guy in number 2, but Zamasu, man, that guy is getting super popular. I went to my locals, I saw like 4 people playing Zamasu. I'm like, what the heck? And I actually lost against one, and I'm like, oh man, this sucks. You're gonna have to know your matchups, guys. And Zamasu, the new one, is no joke. You know, Goku Black and Zamasu, that leader is no joke. He could steal some wins, especially if they play the super rare Zamasu, they Union Patora, and then they see your hand and throw out energy and then kill you with the leader's ability. It's freaking powerful for sure. So Zamasu, expect that guy for sure. So that's why I put him in number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna say Shenron. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna say Shenron variant. So you could play Shenron Dende or Shenron, the actual Shenron leader. There's gonna be a wish player. There's always a wish player, the guy that likes searching for the Dragon Balls and using his wish ability. There's always gonna be that guy playing those, so expect that for sure. That's why I put it at number 3, because I just threw all the wish leaders all in one bunch. But more often than not, I've seen the actual Shenron. People like playing it with the veggies, you know, the Kaba play, because now you got assembling the squad. Then they bring out the Kaba, pick up the top 10, and then play Khalifa, pick up the top 7, then play a Kale, and then just aggro you down. That is a very popular deck, so that's why I put it at number 3. Number 2, I'm gonna have to give it a Pan. I know if you guys haven't seen, Pan is a very powerful leader. Now it's officially considered meta because, you know, if you guys didn't watch the Core TCG regional, it actually won first place in not only invitationals, like the people that already won and got an invitation to play in like the super small tournament with all the best players already. It even won first place in the open tournament where everybody was just able to play, and Pan won both first place. So Pan is a very powerful leader, and it's relatively cheap. It doesn't cost too much money to play. So because of that, I put it at number 2, because Pan for sure is just, you know, chain attack Zeno is one of the safest ways to go, and the Pan steals a lot of games. So back to number 1, the most popular deck that I saw that people always will be playing at your local tournament. No matter what, there's gonna be one person playing that deck. It's gonna be that new expert deck, Kaba and Vegeta, running, you know, Kale and Khalifa, where you combo and then they come into play and then they do some crazy ability, and then that combined with the super rare Champa just, you know, fuses the deck to make it very powerful, because they rest your energy, they rest your battle cards, leaving you vulnerable for a double strike Khalifa attack. And then combine that, you know, like I said, with the Champa slash Vado super rare that lets you combo for free. That is just a very insanely powerful deck, and you're always gonna see those players playing that deck at your local tournaments. And that one for sure, I'm gonna say, is gonna be at your big regional tournaments or any big tournament for sure. That guy is going to be one of the heavy hard hitters besides Pan and Janemba and all the other ones I just mentioned. And you know, there's obviously other leaders that I did not mention, like maybe a Gogeta player, and or maybe like you know, there's a lot of leaders like Super 17, things of that nature. But for the most part, these are the leaders that I have came across in my local tournament scene. So if I did not mention what leader you guys see often, let it be known in the comment section below. I know there's Raditz out there that a lot of people like playing as well. There's King Vegeta as well, but these are the most prevalent ones in my opinion. So that's going to be the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully this was informative, so you guys have an idea of what you will come across at your local tournaments, so you don't end up like me, take a deck that thinks you know, is gonna win, and then you get wrecked by all these decks that you had no idea you were gonna even play against. And like we always say, y'all stay super.